everyone, welcome back to my garage. I'm in the middle of putting this windmill together. It's been raining all weekend, so I haven't been able to paint it outside, but I did use a brush and a roller to paint it on the inside, but for some reason the red paint won't dry. It's still tacky. It's been 3 days and it's still tacky. So I'm going to get it all put together and then finish painting it when it's all together. But today I want to do an unboxing. I went to Harbor Freight and I bought this portable pocket hole jig kit. I've been looking at these online for quite a while. I don't know if you can see it there, maybe this camera here. And I looked at the Craig jig and a couple of the off-brand names online. This one here got real good reviews. The Craig jig was like $139. I thought that was kind of ridiculous price for it. Harbor Freight had this one for $64.99 and I had a 20% coupon, so I paid about $50 for it, somewhere in there anyway. But I've never used a pocket hole jig before, and if you're watching this video because you've never used one before, you came to the right place. We're going to unbox it, see what's in the box, and then we're going to demo it. Let's open up the box. And it looks like it's all pretty much put together. You get some hardware here, I guess that's for the jig. And stop collar for the drill bit. The only thing about this one, it didn't come with the long bit for the drills. I had this one in my toolbox, and I don't know if it'll work or not. It's got kind of a narrow point, so I'm not sure if this is going to strip out the screws or not. But just to be on the safe side, about a 6-inch magnetic hex bit extension. And as long as that piece here is 3/8 of an inch, it should go into the hole. That's what I'm thinking anyway. For some reason, you'd think when you buy the kit it would come with the bit to put the screws in, but it doesn't. You get a variety of different size screws. These look like maybe 1 inch. You got 3/4. Probably 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches maybe, I don't know. And of course the instruction booklet to put it together. Looks like it basically is all put together, and that's everything in the box. So let's move that over here so it's not in the camera view. Also came with a step bit to drill the holes. That's a 3/8 inch. Let's take this thing out and take a look, see how it compares to the bit. This thing here was like $2.99 or something like that. So if you decide to go to Harbor Freight and buy a one of these pocket hole jigs, you can pick one of these up for like $2. I think it was like $2.99 or something like that. I don't remember. Yeah, but it looks like it's 3/8. What I may do, if it's tight, is get on the grinding wheel and just grind a little bit off. And so it's just a tad bit narrower than the blade, the drill bit itself. So, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. It's got a cam lock on it. And this part piece is for, I was told when I was looking at the reviews online, is so if you have a piece of furniture or something already put together and you need to put in some pocket holes, this is like a little portable jig that you can use to put pocket holes in existing already put together furniture, which is not my case. On the windmill, let's see, which camera can I move? Let's move this one. But I ain't going to move the cameras. I'm just going to explain it to you. I've got the body of the windmill here turned upside down. I've got the platform, the 6-sided platform, screwed down to the body. The base goes on top of that. But I can't screw the base into this platform because I've already screwed it into the base here. So as what I'm going to use the pocket holes and put screws in pocket holes in the base, and then screw the base down to the platform. I'm sure that didn't make any sense, but if I move the cameras around, and then it'll take me forever to get everything set back up again. So you'll just have to take my word for it. Anyway, it looks like it's pretty much all put together. These move in and out like that, so you can adjust where you want them. Put the piece in here. We're going to do a demo. You put the piece in there. This thing screws out to where it clamps the wood in place. It has a set screw right here. So once you get it where you want it, you can set the screw and hold it in the same place. Actually, it looks like it's well built. It's gotten really good reviews online. I was kind of surprised, you know, being a Harbor Freight. Usually Harbor Freight reviews are mixed, but this one got pretty good reviews. And the Craig one, I don't understand Craig, man. Theirs is made out of plastic, and this one here looks like solid aluminum. Oh, I can get this. There it goes. A little bit more. Okay, we're going to call that good. And that's clamped on there. It ain't coming off. Okay, you take what did I do with my drill? Hold on a second. Oh, here it is. Put the drill bit in here. On the side here, let me use this camera here. On the side, it has the rear guide holes are for 1 1/4, 1 1/2. The front guide holes are for a 1/2 inch, 3/4, and 1 inch. We're working with 3/4, and everything on my windmill is 3/4, so I'm going to be using these 2 front holes right here. Once I get the holes lined up to where I want them, I tighten this down. That holds them in place so they don't slide back and forth. And we're ready. It also has holes on the base, so if you want to put it down on a piece of wood or permanently to your workbench, you can permanently mount it, which I thought it was a nice feature. The drill bit, before I put it in the drill, you put it in the hole. But I'm going to have to move this wood first. You put it in the hole, but you don't want the tip of the bit to hit the base of the jig. So what I was told online is take a quarter or a nickel or even just a washer or something. Put that in there like that. Let me see if you can see it. Put that in there like that, so the quarter, the bit is drill bit is resting on that quarter, and that way you don't have to worry about the bit itself hitting the aluminum base. And then it has a lock collar with a hex key, or what I call an Allen wrench, and it's got some other stuff here that I'm not sure what's for. Let's figure out what these other screws may be for that that special collar. This here, that's probably what the extra screws and stuff are for in it. But it's basically put together when you get it. There's not much of a, as far as assembly and stuff goes. But take the collar, depth collar, and just set it down on there like that. and then get the Allen wrench in there. Well, where's my set screw? Set screw's not in there. Okay, let's take these out real carefully. I'll bet this is it right here. No, it's not it either. Am I missing my set screw? I guess that's it right there. Okay. We'll unscrew that, let it fall down. Take the Allen wrench. And that's where we want it, right there. Now we can put it in the drill bit. I mean in the drill. I'm going to turn off, got the clutch turned down. And now when it goes in there, move the quarter away. I'll try and get a close-up on this. Maybe use this camera here. When the bit goes in, the stop collar rests on here, and the bit on the bottom is not touching the aluminum. So you always want to make sure you've got that stop collar adjusted correctly. Otherwise, you'll either break the bit or you'll drill holes into the aluminum. Okay, let's put the wood in. I've watched several videos online, that's why I pretty well much know how it works, and I'm sure you have too. But like I said, I've never owned one before, so it's going to be a new experience. I bought it specifically to put that windmill together because it was the only way I could figure to attach that bottom base to the platform. So we'll just have to wait and see how it works. But anyway, let's go ahead and drill our holes. We're going to go ahead and just put this on drill, I think. I've got the board secured. Put it in there until it stops. I'm going to back it up just a little bit. Of course, I can see already that screw is going to hit the wood when I drill. So this is not the right screw for it. There's got to be another shorter one in here somewhere. Which means I'm going to have to reset it. There it is. So when you get it and you open that package, make sure you don't lose anything, because this little set screw is in that package. And I got the smaller Allen wrench, tightens it up. So let's start over. Take the piece of wood out of here. Put my quarter down on the base. I'm going to take the bit out of the drill bit, out of the drill, and just let it fall down on top of that quarter, just like that. Now I can set that with the small Allen. You got two Allen wrenches. I have no idea what the bigger one's for. I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. I guess it's for these bigger nuts. And they probably slide in here on this kit. I'm not sure exactly how that works. I'll have to read the instructions. I was told online that if you have an existing piece of furniture and you need to, like a table leg or something like that, you need to strengthen it and you want to put in some pocket hole jigs, this is a jig to do that if the furniture has already been put together, or whatever the wood project is. Okay, so we got that set, and I'll try not to ramble anymore. We're going to put the wood back in here. Oops. You got to take the bit out before you do that. Okay, and I've got that set down. I'm going to kind of turn it this way so you can see what I'm doing. We'll put the bit back in the drill, and let's drill our first hole. Alright, there it is. Okay, there's the first one. We'll do the same thing on the second one. And you got the second one done. It does make quite a bit of sawdust. The Craig has a, boy, it really boogered that up. I wonder if that was something I did. Well, if I was using a piece of furniture on that, it wouldn't. Maybe I had it glued too close to the edge. But as you can see, it really boogered that up. I tell you what, let's blow off the sawdust. Get the sawdust out of there. Let's put these a little closer because that's kind of narrow. It's probably 1.5 inches. Let's try it again. Let's move this one. It's got a scale on here. It's got a scale so you can accurately adjust these. We'll put this one at 1 1/4. We'll put this. Oops. We'll put this one at 1 1/4. Try that. Now when I put my board up there, it's still too close to the edge. Matter of fact, that's worse. We need to bring it in. Let's bring in. Let's bring it in 1/4 inch. Or better yet, let's try the 1/8 inch first. We're going to bring them both in. I've got, on this scale here, I got 1 1/2 inches in. And on this one here, I've got 1 1/2 inches in. Kind of hard to get them both lined at the same time. I guess just like that. Hope that one moved. Okay. Now we'll flip this around because that really tore out pretty bad. I don't know what caused that. And it's still kind of close. Not as bad as it was. That's what I'm talking about. Maybe these holes are too close to the edge. So I tell you what, let's just take and put these two both together, just like that. When I do the one on the windmill, I shouldn't have the problem because that it's a lot wider. Those plywood pieces are probably 10 inches wide, so it shouldn't be a problem. Probably what I'll have to do is just put this whole jig right down into the center of that thing, and then hook. It may not work either. We'll have to cross that bridge when we come to it, but let's continue the demo here. I got that pretty much centered. Ouch. Don't put your finger right here when you close it. I'm not going to edit that out. That's a good safety lesson there. When you close it, don't put your finger right there. Alright, we got her closed. Now let's try it again. I think I'm going to put this drill on high speed and see if that makes a difference. Okay. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that's a lot better. Still got a little bit of tear out right there, but not as bad. The other one we did was right here. It tore out pretty bad, probably because I had these holes too close to the edge. But these here did come out better. So, and you can buy plugs. Actually, you can put the screws in, and then you can buy plugs that will fill these holes. That if you're painting, if you're refinishing the wood with stain or something like that, you'd probably still see it. But you can buy those plugs, put the plugs in there, and then sand it down smoothly, and then when you paint it, you don't really see the pocket hole. So now is what we need to do is put this together with some screws. I think I'll stand up so I get more leverage. And we're going to use the 1-inch screw, which is right here, thinking that I've got 3/4 and 3/4, which is 1.5 inches, so the 1-inch should work. It also came with these, I guess these screws are, so if you want to mount it to a platform, it gave you 2 screws for that. And these small little screws, there's 3 of those. Okay, after I put this video together, I actually read the manual. These 2 little screws are used for 1/2 inch plywood or 1/2 inch wood to make pocket holes. You actually have to put the wood piece on top those 2 extension screws so you can get a proper cut. And then when the screws aren't being used, there's a couple little holes on the side of the platform to store them so they don't get lost. Here's a picture of that corner bracket that I showed you. It gets attached to the 2 guide rails, so you can take it with you to, like I said, to do pocket hole jigs and things that you can't use that big base for. But that's what those other 2 little screws and washers were for. Alright, these are special screws for pocket holes. The head of the screw is flat here on the bottom, so when it goes into the pocket hole, it fits flush. On the bottom of the pocket hole you have a flat, I don't know if you can be able to see that or not, you have a flat surface. So when the pocket hole goes down, it sits flat on the wood, and that's what holds it together. We'll put a pocket hole in here, and I mean a screw in there, and put a screw in there, just kind of set them in there. And it looks like this one might work. If I can find it, here we go. This may have been what this bit was originally for. I don't even know where I got it from. It's been sitting in my toolbox for years. Feels a little loose, but let's try it first. And then if it feels like it's going to strip, I'll get a bit for the other one I bought. It's got a magnetic thing here on the bottom, and I can put a larger bit on it. Let's take a look at something first. Let's see if that fits down in there. No, see it fits, that's tight. That probably would not go in there. So what I'll do is, if I have to use this for it, I'll take my grinder wheel and grind that down a little bit so it fits down into the hole that the pocket hole jig made. So we're going to be stuck with this one for now. I'm going to take this off. Put the drill bit on. Okay, we got that done. I'm going to put the screws back in here. And let's try it and see what kind of joint we make. Actually, it worked pretty good. I'm not worried about squaring it or anything, it's just a demo. But I can't see. Okay, that one stripped a little bit, but it did go down. Yeah, I think I'm probably going to have to do something different. That bit's just a little bit too small for these screws. I don't know if you can see that or not by the camera, but it's got a little bit of play in there. It doesn't really sit down in the screw like it should. See how it rocks back and forth? It shouldn't do that. I might be able to take this tip and just grind the tip off a little bit, and that might get it to set down inside there. We'll give that a shot. I might try that. But there you go. You got a nice strong. I could probably tighten those up just a little bit more because it did wiggle a little bit. There's probably this bit. Yeah. See, I can't tighten them down well enough to get them tight. So if you decide to get this Harbor Freight pocket hole jig, you may have a problem with the bit. You may even have to go to Lowe's. If grinding this down doesn't work, or grinding the tip down on this doesn't work, I'll have to go to Lowe's and buy the Craig pocket hole jig drill bit. If that's the case, that's the case. It's still a whole lot cheaper than $139 for a plastic one. But I think it'll work. I think it'll work on the windmill. And so if you're thinking about buying it, you got a good way to see how it works. Let me sit back down. And the item number on it, the item number is 96264. And like I said, they're $64.99. They say $99 is the regular price, but you know how that goes. So it's $64.99, and then if you wait around and get a 20% coupon, which they put out all the time, you can get this for about 50 bucks. And it's a whole lot better than spending $136 on the Craig. So that's it. I'll get back to you and continue part 3 on my build when we get it all together.